Hello guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Crystal. I am the owner of Ignis Moon. And if you don't know what Ignis Moon is a brand that I created. I make candles, room sprays, simmer pots, everything to make your home smelling good and cozy. That's what I do. But I specialize in candles. And we are going to be making some samples, and I'm not going to tell you exactly the scents that I have. I don't want to mess up the surprise when it comes to this new collection that I am planning on doing for fall and winter. I really don't do like collections. I have seasonal Sabbath collection, so it's a pagan wheel of the year. The wheel of the year is where you celebrate 8 specific times throughout the year, whether it could be like winter solstice, summer solstice, Samhain, which is during October. It's like the Halloween, Beltane, Lammas, and all those other specific days. If you want to know more about it, comment below and I'll make a video about it. But I make specific candles for those specific times of the year. Those are my seasonal scents. And then I have scents that are just throughout the year that are my normal collection. Every year I do take some data and see which scents did the best, which scents didn't, which scents sold the most, which scents weren't a big hit. So, and then I switch them out. But this coming fall and winter, if I can do it on time, because the process of testing takes so long, and I decided to do this, it's July, so I decided to do this a little bit. This is considered a little bit behind. So I bought a bunch of scents from Candle Science, some samples that they had for their fall and winter, and then I had a couple left over from years of me buying, and I like to blend all my scents and make unique ones. I've been playing around with some blotch strips, and blotch strips are just these little things here that you can put the oils on, and I'll put some fragrances, some oils that I really like this is one here. It's called Black Violet and Saffron, and I'll probably mix this with something which I already have in mind what I'm gonna want to mix that with. And let's say it's 3 different oils that I want to mix. I'll blot each one with the oil, then I will put it in here, fold it up, put it in here, and cap it. Leave it for a couple of hours, or an hour, not really a couple of hours, but like an hour or so. Then I'll open it and smell it to see how those mix together. After I do that, I'm just going through my process of how I do samples or testers. I also reuse a lot of my jars. So I have a whole bucket of sample jars that I just constantly use just for samples. So I don't use brand new jars that I give out to customers. These I did yesterday. I have a couple of more that I have to do. And I let it cure for about 5 days. Usually I let my candles that are all set to go, cure for longer. I usually let it cure for 7 to 10 days. But since these are just samples, I want to see how they smell within 5 days. If I can smell it within 5 days and it's a really good hot throw, I know that in 7 to 10 days of me letting it cure, it's going to be even better. I have a market tomorrow, so I have to load up my truck. I'm waiting for my husband to come home. He should be coming home soon. So I'm going to be doing these until he comes home, and then we're going to go to the storage. We're going to get some of our big things like the tables, the tent, all that other good stuff. And I usually wait until the later evening to bring down all the candles and put them in the car because I don't want them melting. If you're wondering what I listen to when I'm doing all this, right now it depends on the time and the season and the month, but right now I'm listening to classroom setup videos because a lot of teachers, If you didn't know, if you haven't seen my past videos, I'm also an elementary school teacher. There's a lot of teachers that I follow that are in California, Arizona, things like that, and they already have started, like they're getting ready to set up their classrooms to start school in August. So this is like my favorite time when I start watching classroom setup videos to eventually set up my classroom in August. We go back in the end of August. We go back in the end of August to set up the classroom, but we don't start until the Labor Day, the day after Labor Day. I was even thinking that maybe I can do a classroom setup video on this. If you guys are into that, we'll see. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking at right now. So if you see me looking this way while I'm doing candles, it's because I'm watching YouTube videos for classroom setup. Alright, so after I did my sample candles, my husband came home and we went straight to the storage to start getting everything we needed for the market the next day. And this is such a mission, but we got it done. Alright, so this is the next day of the market, and as you can see, I'm all by myself, so I usually set up and do everything on my own, and then my husband will come later on to help me break down. I usually have a routine in how I set up. I obviously put up my tent and everything so I can get shaded from the sun, because this day specifically was a heat wave and I was dying. But I usually set up the tent, put on my weights, do the walls, and then I take out the tables and start getting ready. Now that the tables are all set up with the tablecloth, I'm able to start taking the little stuff out, like the shelves and my crates and all of the little things, and get it set up. I try to do all that before I actually take my product and lay it on the table. And finally, it's all done. This is my final look. It's a little empty in certain areas because I had a market prior and a lot of my things got sold out. But this market is a smaller market. It's a market in my town, and it's really just a lot of the locals that stop by, so I wasn't worried about missing a lot of product. And now we're just gonna jump into the next day. I forgot to record myself, so I'm doing some voiceovers now. And the next day I was feeling a little, I don't know, I get into these moments where I feel a little glum. And I decided to take a morning walk to our local flower garden, which the community planted a bunch of wildflowers for the pollinators. And honestly, this is just what I needed. I just needed to be around nature. I started doing a lot of these morning walks, and I go out pretty early where it's still cool outside, and I just take in nature, and it's really been feeling great. And here is a getaway weekend that my husband planned for my birthday. He set up mini adventures in different parts of New Jersey, and we even went up to upstate New York. This right here with these two cuties was one of my favorite things because he knows I'm obsessed with goats. This lake here is really cool. So the water is infused with cedar, and that's why the water has a red tint to it.
Ew.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop on here to say hello, and you haven't seen much of my face or talking to you because I've just been showing you clips. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment. I'm still very microscopic in the YouTube world, and any likes and comments will help me grow. And also, if you have any suggestions for any future videos, this was not very candle heavy, kind of both personal and candle, but I also am a plant hoarder and I am an herbalist. So if you want any mix of videos like that, I would love to do that. And I think I'm doing pretty good. I've been posting my videos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at my past videos. I have a hard time being consistent on here, but I've been doing it. So I will see you next time. Bye.